in the remote territory of Northern California, just outside the small village of Philo. Now this place is pretty desolate, and we're here for one reason and one reason only, to make a family's dream come true. Now we came across this destitute family looking for love, looking for a house, looking for a home. And we aim to do just that. On this episode of Yurt Erectors, we're gonna give a family their dream. Give them the ability to warm their feet around the hearth on those cold winter nights. And you know what they say here on Yurt Erectors, families that erect together, stay together.
This again, take the lattice wall and a helper to the back of the circular platform, opposite to where you want the 6 o'clock door to be, and stand the lattice wall on end.
So there's a notch right here. We want that to line up.
Really? It goes out that far?
All right, let's take a look at what it is now. So we put it right on there, right on
Looking
there.
really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now let's see how this middle looks.
Now we just finished day one of the build. This first day, when things went pretty smoothly, we first put up the drip wall, which is it's going to keep that moisture out of the yurt. And we were able to put down a little bit of sealant, that paint sealant, which is going to keep things bound and again wicking that moisture. So we're off to a really great start. You know, the build is on schedule. Our project manager is keeping a firm fist and keeping us on track. So I like the progression. I like where we're going. You can tell the lattice work. This is from Pacific Yurts. As you can tell, it's finished with a linseed oil. And so that's really to retain the moisture internally and repel the moisture externally. Now that boiled linseed oil will probably last you a good 10-12 years if it's kind of externally facing, but with the interior wall, you have a good 50+ years on it. Now what you can tell here is there's riveting joining this lattice together. Now what Pacific Yurts has done, great company, don't get me wrong, but they did send us a 3/4 wall. We needed a half wall So what we've had to do, now I did this all by hand, is we've had to remove each rivet by drilling it out here. Now that took some time and elbow grease. Now what we've essentially gotten left with here is this loose lattice to then bind it together. We've had all those tools, the riveter, extra rivets, overnighted, so these should be here this afternoon. So things are kind of at a standstill until then, but walk with me. You can see here we've joined the brackets to the mounts on the doors, and that's allowed us to secure this in place. You see these bolts here? These are secured on the other side of this. You can't really get a good angle, but on the other side of this, there's a bracket that's holding this in place. Now we had a little bit of a snafu taking off this fascia board here, which is actually what's going to join that tarp from the yurt, but we've had to essentially take these brackets out to then put this back in. It was a big ordeal, but nothing a couple cups of coffee can't handle, and we were right on it. So what's next is we've got Jeff here pulling out the dome by himself. It's about 120 pounds, and he should be able to do that kind of by himself here.
I'm gonna throw it over because I don't know another way to get it inside.
Yep, so this is our project manager. He comes up with the best solutions, and we've really been taking his lead. But that's the midday breakdown.
80-20 big.
Buttons that guy had on the shirt.
They're not a joke shirt. They're not supposed to be given as a joke gift. Okay, so we've just finished day 2. Things are not going good. We started to put in the doors. That went great. Good morning, off to a great start. It was a easy slot in there. Then as we got further into the project, we could tell that, you know, the lattice wall was a little too long, and we're trying to figure out how to get these other parts. We've had to pull out some riveting to shorten the wall. We got on the horn with Pacific Yurts, and it sounds like this is something we can do on the job site. We don't need to bring them in or ship it off to get, you know, worked on at the factory. So we're just waiting on a couple extra rivets, and then a riveting tool. So that sets us back a little bit. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. It's going to be a lot of standing around, probably a lot of busy work. But just to get things set up for when we get that shipment overnighted. So stay tuned. Things are looking a bit dicey, but we're on track. So I brought in another crew, so it's not just me doing the full erection. So they should be here any minute. They'll have the riveter.
And the rivets.
And the extra.
And the rivets.
And the extra rivets, and this is my seat. Yeah, so it'll be nice to have some extra hands actually helping me, other than what it's been for the last several days in this one-man show. So I'm excited to actually have some extra labor. So they should be here any minute. You see that grass over there? It's an Elijah blue fescue. Just planted some of that in my own garden. The squirrels love it. Oh my God, they're here. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. This is supposed to be a family erection party, and it's just been a solo erection party. Man of one erecting, and I've basically built this whole thing by myself. Doors, me, lattice, me calling Pacific Yurts to figure out what to do next, me. I mean, what's even happening over there? Watering the dirt while I'm here hammering? Ugh, I can't wait to get out of here. Okay, after 4 full days of working, we're finally going to surprise their family with their yurt. They don't know this is happening. They think they're making this. They've been working for this yurt for somebody else, but this is the big surprise. That's it on this version of Yurt Erectors. Duncan, Tiffany family, what you don't know is all this hard work you've been putting in is for your own yurt. This is yours.
What? Oh my God.
This is yours.
Oh, no way! What? No!
A family that erects together stays together.
Dreams do come true. Hey, thanks, Yurt Erectors.